I'm associated with NEA. In my retirement, I wanted to work with small companies and innovators. I've been engaged with the IoT industry over the past decade, so I've had a chance to see how it develops. And I wanted to work in the context with NEA to work with innovators in the space. And so I work in the area of business model evolution, working with consumers and customers in terms of how the technology develops, and really seeing how these new innovations can scale over time. And that's been very interesting with my experience to see how innovation has taken place. Next slide, please. We talked this morning about digital transformation, and I've really watched digital transformation in the industrial world over the past 10 or 15 years. And I think in many ways what we're seeing today is the spread of technology from the consumer space, where it's been largely transformative, into the B2B2C space, the retailing space, and the B2B space, the industrial space, where really many of the activities we talked about this morning are just in the very early days of development. And I think that's what makes it extremely exciting to see what companies like Tuya can do. I always like to think about every innovation from the standpoint of markets and customers. How do markets look at it? How do customers look at it? And in some ways, I think what you hear this morning or what you see is there's almost too many choices for customers to make and so much innovation underway. There's kind of what to buy. Do you want to advance in analytics or artificial intelligence? It's how to buy it. Do I want to do a SaaS model? Do I want to do CapEx or OpEx? A whole series of decisions. And I think what you could hear from a lot of the customer partners this morning is, what's the value? What's the outcome? Is it going to be connectivity? Is it going to be security? Is it going to be more productivity? So in some ways, what's stood in the way of developing the industrial internet or the Internet of Things has been, how can people get started? What's the first step down this journey? And that's what lots of legacy companies struggle with. So when I retired and wanted to really see how this innovation space continued to evolve, I wanted to work with a company that could offer these beginning steps, that was low cost, it offered platforms, and it gave customers of all sorts the ability to innovate as time went on. And so I looked at Tuya like, what would you invest in, or what would you buy, or how could you get started? When I looked at Tuya, I saw a company that I thought could really be a gateway technology as it pertains to how people evolve in the Internet of Things, in the industrial internet. And so that's what engaged me in my time with Tuya. I want to make 4 points today about Tuya, 4 points. And I speak today to potential customers and developers and partners to this company. The first one is that we're building a good foundation. The team at Tuya, I've spent my career watching people, and I think the team at Tuya is extremely strong and extremely ambitious in the context of wanting to build a really great company. It's well financed, so it's got a very strong foundation. It's got good technology at its core, and it has an aspiration to be great. So I think with people and capital and desire, you can build really great things. And at the foundation, that's what I see in Tuya. And where I can help is, again, to accelerate these efforts as we try to evolve Tuya in the future. So point number one I would want you to remember is we're building a really great foundation for Tuya. Secondly is, I think we've got the business model right. We want to have a platform that's technically oriented. We want to build an ecosystem of partners and developers. And we want to make it simple and easy to use the Tuya platform across a broad variety of different industries. And on that platform can be the differentiation that you seek as it pertains to information and artificial intelligence and IoT. So the business model thinks pervasiveness, productivity, connectivity, platform, and on that you can build information and differentiation. So the business model, I think, is right. So number one, good team, good foundation. Number two, good business model. I'd say the third point I would ask you to remember about Tuya is a desire to be a great local company. Globalization is complicated today, and you have to be more flexible than ever. But with the Tuya team, I think we have a very strong local face, supported by a global scale, and a framework that really keeps customers and clients safe on a global basis. So a very good headset as it pertains to globalization, what Alex talked today of globalization. So good foundation, good business model, strong desire to be global from the start, those three things. And I think lastly is what you saw here today, which is a desire to have great governance, great global governance. So a strategy committee that will have a great teamwork on and ability to really build a very strong global company from the beginning. So from the standpoint of an investor and a partner now with Tuya, again, I think great foundation, great business model, strong global concept, good governance from the beginning, and Tuya has a chance to become a really important company in the first step as how the world digitizes. So it's been a long and interesting morning, and I would really just wish everybody great luck, and I'm proud to be part of the Tuya team. Thank you.